Hi guys, my name is Akilia and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you guys how to crochet this mesh skull cap. I don't even know if you can call this a mesh skull cap, but this has so many holes, so why not? I made a video recently. It was crochet my summer wardrobe, and this was the first episode, and this was the first project that I did. I also made this with a bikini top, but the bikini top, that's in the other video. You can go and check that out. I'm gonna teach you guys how to crochet this mesh hat today. I'm gonna be using this yarn in today's video. I'm just gonna be using one solid color because it's easier to teach you guys with one solid color as opposed to changing the color every single row. This yarn I got it from AliExpress. This is called comb cotton and it's very light. It's a very good yarn to use for summer project because it doesn't feel like really heavy on my body. So I'm going to be using one skein of this. One skein should be enough, and it also says that one skein is 50 grams. When I wrap the tape measure around my head, it measures about like 22.5 or 23 inches if you want to add some space. This hat though, I would say fits a medium size. It fits like most head shapes, and keep in mind that I do have braids on. It fits very well, and there's also like more space, but it goes back to normal because of the stitches that I used. And we're just gonna get started with the tutorial. Before we start, I'm just gonna ask you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, follow my socials. All the links will be in the description, and all the links for the materials as well will be in the description. If you guys haven't watched my crochet my summer wardrobe episode 1, go and watch it. It's nice, it's fun, and I feel like you're gonna like it. So let's get started with the tutorial. To start today's video, you're gonna start with a magic circle. To do a magic circle, you can just wrap the yarn around your 2 fingers and make an X. When you make an X, you're going to take the crochet hook and then you're going to place over or under the first strand, and then take it under, and then you're going to let it go, and then you're going to chain 2. Once you chain 2, you're going to make 12 double crochets into the magic circle. After making 12 chains, you're going to pull this string through to close off that circle, and then you're going to make a slip stitch onto the first double crochet, not the chain 2, the first double crochet stitch. To start with the next row, you're going to chain 2, and in this first stitch where we made a slip stitch, you're going to place 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and then 3. You're going to chain 1, and then you're going to skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch you're going to place 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. You're going to chain 1, and then you're going to skip 1, and in the next stitch you're going to place 3 double crochets, and you're just going to repeat this till you get to the end of the row. To end off row number 2, you should have 6 3 double crochet clusters, and then I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to slip stitch into that first double crochet. And we're always going to slip stitch into that first stitch and never the chains that we make. So make a slip stitch. To start row 2, you're going to chain 2. To start any row, we're always going to chain 2 except for the X stitch. Chain 2, and then into that first stitch where we place the slip stitch, you're going to make 2 double crochets. You're going to chain 2 and then skip 1 stitch, and then into this stitch you're going to place 2 double crochets. You're going to chain 2, and then we're going to skip this stitch because we chained here, and we're going to place 2 double crochets. And then chain 2, skip 1, place 2 double crochets, and you're just going to repeat this until you get to the last stitch. To close off row number 3, you should have 12 clusters of 2 double crochets, and then I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to make a slip stitch to close off this row. So chain 2 to start a new row, and for this row we're just going to be placing double crochets into every single stitch, and this includes that chain 1 space as well. So because we chain 2 here, you're going to place 2 double crochets into that space, and we're just going to continue with this until we get to the last stitch. To close this row number 4 off, we're just going to make that slip stitch, and then to start with row number 5, we're going to chain 3. Now we're going to chain 3 because we're making an X stitch, and an X stitch is more taller than the rest of the stitches that we're making. To start the X stitch, you're going to wrap the yarn around your hook 2 times, and then you're going to place your hook into that first slip stitch that we made. You're going to wrap the yarn around your hook and pull through. You should have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to pull through 2 loops. You should have 3 loops on your hook, and then you should yarn over and then skip 1 stitch, and then into the next stitch you're going to place your yarn. Wrap the yarn around your hook and pull through. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook, and then now we're going to start pulling through in 2 clusters. Wrap the yarn around your hook and pull through 2, and then continue pulling through 2 until you pull through 4 times. So chain 1, wrap the yarn around your hook, and then into this wedge here, place your hook into those 2 loops, wrap the yarn around your hook, pull through 2, and then pull through 2. And then that's the first X stitch. I'm going to do this 2 more times so you don't get confused. So chain 1, that chain 1 counts as the increase for this round. So chain 1, wrap around twice, and then in the next stitch place your yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, skip 1 stitch, and then in the next stitch yarn over and pull through. You should have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through the last 2. You should do that 4 times. And then chain 1, yarn over, and then place your hook into that wedge into those loops. Yarn over, pull through. You should have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 1, wrap the yarn around your hook twice. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, skip 1 in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over, pull through the last 2. You should do that 4 times. Then chain 1, yarn over, and then place your hook into those loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 1, and then just continue that until you reach the last stitch. So to end this row, I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm just going to place a slip stitch into that first stitch, and then I'm going to chain 2. For row number 6, we're going to start making regular rows of double crochet. So I'll place my first double crochet into that chain, that slip stitch space, and then into the first X stitch, into the smaller hole, I'm going to place 2 double crochets. And then into this larger space where we made that chain, I'm going to place 3 double crochets. And I'm just going to repeat this sequence, and I'll just put 2 double crochets here, 3, 2, 3, 2, until I get to the last stitch. To close off row number 6, I'm going to place a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 2. For row number 7, we're going to start with the V-stitch, and we're also going to be increasing in this V-stitch as well. So I'm going to place my first double crochet into that slip stitch space, and then I'm going to chain 1, and into that same stitch I'm going to place another double crochet. I'm going to chain 1 and skip 2 stitches, and in the third stitch I'm going to place a double crochet. I'm going to chain 1, and then in that same stitch I'll place another double crochet. I don't know if you can see it, but there's those little V's forming, and then that's just how we continue the V-stitch. Chain 1, skip 2, and in the third stitch place a double crochet, and then chain 1, and in that same stitch place a double crochet. And you're just going to repeat this until you get to the last part of your row. So we're basically done with the increases and the first portion of the hats, which is the increasing part. So now we're going to move to the second portion, which is the body of the hat. And in this portion we're going to stop making decreases so that we can make the rows so that it's able to fit our heads. For row number 8, which is my first row of no increasing, I'm going to slip stitch to close that row off, and then I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to make the 3 double crochet clusters. So I'm going to make 3 double crochet into that chain slip stitch space, and then I'm not going to make any chains because I don't want to increase. And then into this bigger holes I'm going to place 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and then just keep placing the 3 double crochet clusters into those big holes until you get to the starting point. To close off row number 8, I'm going to place a slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 2 to start row number 9. And for row number 9 we're making 2 double crochet clusters. So in that first space I'm going to make 2 double crochets, and I'll chain 1 and make the second cluster in that big space there, and I'll chain 1, and in the next space I'll place 2 double crochets. I'll just chain 1 and keep placing those 2 double crochet clusters until I get to the last stitch. To close off row number 9, I'm just going to make a slip stitch into that first double crochet, and then I'm going to chain 2 to start off row number 10. For row number 10, we're just going to be placing double crochets into every single stitch for this row. And then you're also going to make sure you're placing a double crochet into the chain spaces as well. So that'll basically be 2 double crochets plus this chain space here. So go ahead, place double crochets until you get to the last stitch. I'm going to slip stitch to close off row number 10, and then I'm going to chain 3. We're chaining 3 because we're making an X stitch in this row. So for row number 11 we're going to make the X stitch. So wrap the yarn around your hook twice, place it into that first that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over, skip 1 stitch, and into the next stitch you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, 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 chain 1, and then into those 2 ridges here you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through 2. We're not going to chain 1 because we're not making an increase in this row, so we're just going to continue until you get to the last stitch. To close off row number 11, I'm going to make a slip stitch onto that first stitch, and then to start off row number 12, I'm going to chain 2. And then for this row, we're basically just making double crochet stitches into every stitch. This also includes that chain 1, so we're going to place the first double crochet into that slip stitch space, and then just make your double crochets. So I like to place a double crochet into like the stitch itself, and then in here I'll place 1 double crochet, and then just into every single stitch. And then you're going to do this until you get to the last stitch for this row. I'm going to close off row number 12, and then for row number 13 I'm going to make 2 chains, and then this is going to be this row for the V-stitch. So I'm going to place a double crochet into that chain space, and to make a V-stitch we just make the double crochet, chain 1, and then into that same space we're going to place another double crochet. You're going to skip 2 stitches, and in the third stitch you're going to place a double crochet, chain 1, and then place another double crochet into that same stitch. Skip 2, make a double crochet in the third, chain 1, and make another double crochet into that same stitch. And you're going to repeat this until you get to the last stitch of this row. So this is what my project looks like at row number 13. This is where I'm going to stop showing you guys what I'm going to be doing, because the remaining rows are stitches that we've already done previously. So I'll just tell you what rows has what stitches. So I'll just be using this as a side-by-side reference. So for row number 14, we're going to do the 3 double crochet clusters, and you could refer back to row number 8 if you want to know how to do this. For row number 15, you're going to do the 2 double crochet clusters. You're also going to refer to row number 9. And then for row number 16 is the regular double crochet stitches into every single stitch. You're going to refer back to row number 10 for this. And for row number 17, we're going to be doing the X stitch, and you're going to refer back to row number 11. And then for the last stitch, you're just going to do basic double crochet stitches, and you could refer back to row number 12. I'm going to put everything on the screen so you're not confused, and I'm going to put the pattern on the screen as well. So if you need to screenshot it, you can screenshot it from here. Hey guys, so this is the finished product of the hat. Once I finished, I just made 2 chains, and I just cut my yarn, and then I pulled through, and I just sewed in all my loose ends, and this is the finished product. I'm gonna turn for you guys to see. This is the back, this is the front, this is the side, and this is the other side. And I'm really happy with how this project turned out. If you use the tutorial, please do not hesitate to tag me. I really love to see you guys' recreations. If you have any questions regarding this tutorial or this hat, please put them in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe. Also follow my social medias. Everything will be in the description, and all the links for everything will be down in the description as well. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next one.